hongu tinako kuziva kuti vazhinji vanoenda kudzin'anga vachienda kunotsvaka kuferefeta kana kuitirwa zvavangaitirwe pamusoro pekuda utungamiri. Asi kuti tizoona zvichiitikwa pajekerere kana kutoburitswa pachena kuti hai ndizvo zvatada kuita izvi, it's only in Zimbabwe. It is only in Zimbabwe where a whole government can make the people believe kuti diesel rinobuda padombo, or try to induce that idea without success, of course, because you say that hatina kuenda kuchikoro zvembiri, but we know kuti diesel rinobva pa-crude oil. Crude oil ine jet A1 inosenzeswa kundege, ine diesel, ine petrol, ine other oils dzakasiyana siyana dzinoitwa extracted from crude oil. But the Zimbabwean government at one time ended up believing that they had found the solution to the diesel and fuel challenges they were encountering at the time. Vakasvika pakuti diesel rakuwanika padombo, rotina mavhunga akapuhwa purazi, akapuhwa mombe, akapuhwa mari zvese. But blanda yaakazoitawo rotina wacho manje yekuzoti Mugabe ngaafambe kubva kuHarare kusvika kuChinhoyi netsoka, iyo yemanje ndo yakazoita kuti Bobo ati vakomana imboongororai panapa. We know the end result, akazosungwa akatorwa purazi racho, the character of Zanu Pf anyway. Because it is the same people at one time vakambotanga kupembedza kurimwa kumapotatoes mumasaga. Rimai mapotatoes mumasaga, ndo vacho vari kukuitisai pfumvudza yekuti timbai minda musarime. You see, they are so backward, these leaders, zvekuti unoshaya kuti man, tine kwatiri kuenda here. Technological advancement in agriculture anywhere in the world, nyika dziri kurimira pasi rose hapana pari kumbonzi temai pasi kuita kupanicha vanhu kwakadaro iko. They are the same people vakamboita kuti vati aiwa rimai jatrofa tinozowana dhiziri, vakambouya nenyaya dzezvihuta. Zvihuta pano zvazodano, itai zvihuta, mazai ezvihuta anozorapa zvakadano, zvihuta zvichiita kupembedzwa. These guys, they are just a bunch of crooks masquerading as leaders. But anyway, we are meeting at a time that is so refreshing, that is so promising, that we are anticipating, because our leader, and I have never shied away from the fact that I'm a Chamisa guy. I have never shied away. Yes, ndine zvinhu zvandinoshuvira, zvandinotarisira zvekuti on a one-on-one with my leader, I would say it, but believe you me, I believe in Nelson Chamisa than any other person that might come, because we started this journey together. Yes, in terms of leadership ladders, we didn't scale to the heights that he has done, but believe you me, we were in the trenches from the beginning. Na President vedu ari National Youth Chairman kusvika where he is, and we would want to see the end of this journey, him in the office delivering, and of course the checks and balances being there. We'll be checking each other to make sure that what we said we would deliver will be delivered. But we are meeting at a time that he has promised interesting times ahead in 2026, and I know he has never failed to deliver in his promises. So Zimbabwe should brace up, especially the youth. Ndakambotaura kumashure ndikati there is no revolution, there is no political party that can survive without the input of its youth, either as leaders or being prepared to be leaders. That is a take. We cannot shy away from that fact, and we have got my examples, my living examples, because we started the MDC at a time kuti autocracy ya Mugabe was so brutal. It was unheard of. Kuti people would stand up and say Mugabe mudenga, mukande pasi, But we had to stand up because we were the youth defending our president Morgan Tsvangirai and the other leaders. We would make sure that they are protected. We would make sure that their message is cascading to the lower levels of society. People ended up knowing it, and that's what we are going to do even now and again. But for us to do it, we need the youth, a vibrant youth. Our days hakuna manyongoresa aitwa ayaya ana Shabangu. I can tell you kuti dai Shabangu akaita zvaakaita izvi tiine mayouth akanga aine muono watakanga tiinawo isusu, Shabangu would be history. Not that we are proud of that, but believe you me, this is politics. We have to take it. Yes, our leader is a God-fearing leader, and we want God-fearing leader in office. Kuti tisazopedzisira tichiona zvaakuitika kuparliament yeZimbabwe, voodoo politics, voodoo leadership, witchcraft. No, we need God-fearing leaders, but at the same time, we also have to be vocal. We also have to be a bit aggressive in our politics, because dealing with a regime that has tormented Zimbabwe for the past 45 years is no easy task. Saka, we are so grateful, and our leader was so open and was so straightforward as to what needs to happen in Zimbabwe. So we prepare, we brace up. Of course, some of us takambotiza munyika temporarily because the wounds were after our heads, but we survive and we keep going. Even if we are to die, well, it's part and parcel of that. We are prepared for that, because in any case we have lost some of our colleagues before, and it's not something special that Katsaya might be dead today. No, but the struggle has got to go on. Saka, we anticipate a lot in 2026, just as the president said. We have to be prepared to support him, because he's not going to achieve that alone. He's just a part of the puzzle, like he said. He is not the full puzzle. He's a part of it, and we are also part of that. So each part has got to play its role in order for the puzzle to be complete, and we have to complete it as soon as possible. I hope and trust that the way that I see things personally, ndine maonero angu, the way I see things is the same way that our president is seeing things. That number one, we have to tackle the issue of electoral legitimacy before we can say elections are going to work in Zimbabwe. Number two, that elections have let us down for the past 25 years is an issue that we need to deliberate and work a way out of that. Not in the public domain, but obviously there has to be a solution found in order for us to say in 2028 we are going for an election, in election which our victory is not going to be denied again, because we have had electoral victories being denied us in 2008, in 2018, in 2023. And obviously there is potential that if we don't have solutions to the problems that have made us fail to take power, state power, then we might be facing the same scenario in 2028. So there is need to diversify our views and our plans in terms of capturing state power. Especially that now there is a lot of disgruntlement even in Zanu Pf circles. Then maybe there is need for us to mobilize for mass action, to mobilize the people, so that there is a fresh start for Zimbabwe that cannot deny the people's victory in 2028. A very good morning to you. Tichirimo zvedu kuma ocean kuNamibia kuti tichimboonawo tichitaura tiriko, zvisingareve kuti tinotya kuuya, asi pamwewo ukamboona unzi vakomana vamboreidha imba yako aiwa unombotiza because vakambotidzvanya 2008 and tinoziva kuti vakomana vacho vanobata mapatsi and imwe nguva unogona kupedzisira wanhoroondo. Obviously tagara tichangoita nhoroondo at a time that God has designated for each and every one of us, but where there is opportunity to keep going, we use that opportunity and ensure that the future of Zimbabwe is safeguarded, is protected. But right now, the biggest challenge yatinayo muZimbabwe, besides the corruption, it's how we don't have a functioning government. Because ukaona maita inotonzi hurumende, nhasi president vaenda kunopa nhingi motikari, wobvunza kuti vakomana, hurumende yedu ine mari yakawanda sei? Kune nyika dzakapfuma, ana Switzerland, ana Sweden, ana Finland, nyika dzine mararamiro mamwe epamusoro-soro, ana Dubai, kunyika Qatar, inyika dzine mari kwete mbijana. But hapana pawakambonzwa kunzi their leadership is dishing vehicles like confetti. No, that is unheard of. That is a clear sign yekuti hatisina hurumende. Taane bunch of robbers dziri kuita buying people's allegiance through cars so that nobody would speak. But we don't stop speaking. We saw that woman from Kulumani speaking, and we will continue speaking. And we are not going to stop on speaking. We are going to take action, because words that do not cascade into action are obsolete. They are useless. We have to work and fight and make sure that Zimbabwe's future is indeed guaranteed at the table of nations as a place we are all proud of. We need our pride back, and we have to take it through thick and thin from these plunderers. Honestly, inini personally, like I said, personally, to imagine kuti we have to wait until 2028 Mnangagwa nezvigananda vachiita zvavari kuita zvinana Chivhayo guys, to me it's not mathing. The math is not mathing. It's not working. It doesn't work. I'm not saying this because I am desperate to come home. No. I am saying this because Zimbabwe cannot sustain the level of corruption and plunder that is happening for the next 3 years. It cannot sustain that. Something has got to give. And we have to work for that something to give in. We have to work for it to give in. And the onus is on you, the youth. We look up to you guys, because it is your future that is being destroyed. It is your future that is being tampered with. It is your future that they are destroying by giving you drugs. You see, pane zvinhu zvimwe zvekuti imimi vamwe hamuzvione muonero watinozviita. The real peddlers of drugs live in the north of Samora. That's where they live. They dump their drugs to the south of Samora, the ghetto. The effects of drug abuse are seen in the ghetto areas. That's where we live. We see our brothers going down because of drugs. We see the violent characters that evolve from drug abuse. The stealing. Kuti munhu anoda chinhu $50 wochitengesa dollar kuti angowana something. Then they build my rehabilitation centers. The very people that are dumping drugs on us build rehabilitation centers so that we give them more money. Takuendesa vana ivavo futi kuma rehabilitation centers, and they look like they are the saints. Ana Scott Sakupwanya, they build my rehabilitation centers. Ekuti madrugs havambodhampa kwatiri nana Chivhayo vakwanise kutora imwe mari kubva kwatiri futi. That's how horrible these guys are. They are the same people that have denied central hospitals medicines so that we can either buy from their pharmacies or we can go to their private hospitals and give them more money. They are the same people that have destroyed the education system so that we can take our kids to their private colleges, charging more money. They took away Cambridge. Wakati Cambridge haiite takuita zeki munomu. Ndo yakuprepare my election my exams and all the education curricula. Fine. Okay, Bob, maona zvakadaro. Okay, maybe it works. But a few years down the line, macolleges ava vakazovaka akutaura huyai kuno tinokudzidzisai Cambridge, huyai kuno tokudzidzisai Cambridge. How callous, how destructive. Saka hakuna chinoitika muZimbabwe kana varume veZanu Pf vachiri in power chinoita kuti vana veZimbabwe vabenefite. National Railways of Zimbabwe they destroyed because vaida kuti matrucks avo awane macontracts ekutakura zvinhu for government, because we are a landlord country. Everything that comes chatisinga produce muno muZimbabwe comes by rail mostly because it's the cheapest mode of transport, but they destroyed that kuti matrucks avo awane business. Ezvino vakatora the Beira pipeline. Fuel emune is very expensive because pipeline yakavakwa nestate monies from Beira mazuva eRenamo yakuningirika yaprivatized yana Tagwirei. Fuel yese inouya imomo ndeyana Tagwirei. It's a cartel that is running Zimbabwe that we have to stop as early as yesterday. But if you, the youth, don't realize that, then we are going to keep on going. There is a need for you to put a stop to this as early as yesterday. To say, you know what? Yes, guys, we have been very patient. You have denied us jobs. You made us vendors, airtime, tomato vendors. You have made us redundant in life. We are relying on our fathers. Istato ana baba, but rely on mari dzana baba vedu, ana sekuru. And some of them are now unemployed, pensioners, and my pensions are actually, they are hardly amounting to $50 per month. So life is so hard in Zimbabwe, but it is in that hard environment, that desert of an environment, where you see others splashing cars, where you see others going to holiday, kunana Mauritius, kunana Dubai, kupi kunana Italy, vachidya mari dzenyika, because the chrome that is being produced by Zimbabwe is going into private pockets. It's not empowering the people of Zimbabwe. It's not empowering the nation of Zimbabwe. The diamond that we are producing, the lithium, the gold, everything that we are producing is not going to change the lives of Zimbabwe, but it's changing the lives of the people who are ruling us. At the end of the day, they come to a rally vokupa chicken in Wofara because you have been denied the opportunity to buy your own chicken in by the very people who are kuomberera. Anoya ipapo nezv6 wakapfeka patapata rakaboka. At the end of the day, anokurova kutaura ndisupporte nini. Why are you supporting those callous people? It's time we rise up as a nation, as a country, to say no, we can't take this anymore. This is enough. Thank you. Enjoy your day. May the Lord bless our commander-in-chief, our president, President Nelson Chamisa. The people are waiting. We are waiting. And we will fight to the death for Zimbabwe to be free. Vamwe tine nhoroondo yeZimbabwe inotyisa. We know Zimbabwe can change. Look at 2009. During the GNU, Zimbabwe changed. There were signs of economic recovery. There were signs that this country can be something yekutogara tisina kana kutomboda kuenda kana South Africa kana kuti tinouraiwa nexenophobia kana kuti kuZambia or anywhere else. It's a habitable nation. My argument, which is based on facts, is if Ian Smith managed to build the second biggest economy in Africa by 1980, while he was under sanctions from the United Nations and fighting ZANU and ZANU, What can stop us from even overtaking South Africa? Yes, we are so many years behind South Africa, so many decades behind South Africa because it's the biggest economy. But at one time, we were the second most developed economy in Africa in 1980. But we have plundered and destroyed all that. But we have the resources, we have the human capital to turn around things. Let's fight the fight of our lives and change the trajectory of our nation so that everyone will be going kwaakakurira kumusha kwake happily. They will see the development that we all yearn for. A country yekuti after 45 years vanovaka kainterchange kobva kaitiswa mupiri apa kakarohwa mari hobho kwete mbijana. God have mercy on Zimbabwe. Muve nezuva rakanaka.